Some good length on the perimeter on Kaylin. That is a tough pass, and somehow she got it in.
Man, the pass.
Lexie Hull and Caitlin Clark are making WNBA history, and it's impossible to ignore. After Hull's scorching performance against the Seattle Storm, Clark jokingly declared, "This is now a Lexie Hull fan account," but there's more to it than just banter. These two are breaking records, elevating each other's game, and transforming the Indiana Fever into a serious playoff contender. On and off the court, their chemistry is undeniable, and their friendship is fueling a winning formula that's got the entire league buzzing. Before we dive about this dynamic duo, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Not only does it help us bring you more awesome content, but it also ensures you stay updated with all the latest from these rising WNBA stars. So go ahead, click that subscribe button and join us for the ride. Caitlin Clark couldn't help but joke, "I'm officially a Lexie Hull fan now," after Hull's red-hot performance against the Seattle Storm. But let's be real, this is more than just a punchline. These two are pushing each other to new heights, and the numbers back it up. They're smashing records, hitting career highs, and their friendship is quickly becoming one of the best stories in the WNBA. By the end of this, we'll be diving into 5 wild off-court tales that show how these two are more than just basketball machines, including how Lexie got super fired up after Clark's monster game against the LA Sparks. This isn't just mutual respect, it's transforming the Indiana Fever. Since the Olympic break, Indiana's been on a roll, with Hull and Clark leading the charge. They're not just teammates, they're a dynamic duo lighting up the league. So, what's the magic sauce behind their rise? How did two players who barely knew each other become the hottest pair in the WNBA? Spoiler alert, it's more than just raw talent and hours of practice. There's some serious chemistry brewing between Hull and Clark, on and off the court, and that might just be the secret to Indiana's playoff hopes. These two are heating up arenas across the country. Fans love their game day fireworks, but let's talk about their first holiday together as teammates. Spoiler, it's just as fun as their on-court play. Their off-court shenanigans are so entertaining, you might just forget about their game-winning shots for a minute. And don't get me started on that press conference slip-up that had everyone rolling. When you think WNBA stars, you probably picture intense training sessions, buzzer beaters, and championship dreams. But for Hull and Clark, it's not just basketball keeping them close. Their friendship is growing as fast as their highlight reels. During the WNBA's Olympic break, they ditched the basketball court and headed to Mexico for some well-deserved fun. Imagine this, 2 rising WNBA stars trading fast breaks for whitewater rafting. Yeah, they took their teamwork from the court to the rapids, proving they're unstoppable no matter where they are. And this off-court bonding, it's paying off big time on the hardwood. Coach Christy Sides can't stop raving about Hull's positive attitude and readiness to jump in and make an impact. It's almost like all those shared laughs and adventures are supercharging her game. Clark even joked that Hull's scorching on-court performances lately are all thanks to their off-court escapades.
She started hanging out with me more.
Speaking of laughs, we absolutely can't overlook that hilarious moment at the press conference when Hull had everyone cracking up. While explaining her aggressive play style, she said, with a completely straight face, "I just wanted to get my hands on as many balls as I could."
And so trying to just be as active as I could and get my hands on as many balls as I could, and take advantage of that. Caitlin?
The room burst out laughing, and honestly, who could blame them? It was one of those golden moments where sports talk unintentionally becomes comedy gold. It seemed harmless enough, right? Well, Clark and her teammate Kelsey Mitchell didn't think so. They burst into laughter, turning what could have been a routine press conference into an impromptu comedy show. These moments really highlight how in sync and comfortable these two have become. But here's the best part, this isn't just for fun. Their chemistry is creating an environment where both players feel completely free to be themselves, take risks, and play with confidence. It's like they've unlocked some kind of sports version of a cheat code. Think about it. When you're on the court, knowing your teammate has your back, not just as a player, but as a friend, everything changes. You're more willing to make that risky pass or go for the clutch shot because you know they've got your back, win or lose. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Hull and Clark. Their off-court adventures, whether it's bonding over country music sing-alongs or navigating the streets of Mexico, are building trust that's paying off big time in games. They're not just teammates anymore, they're friends who happen to ball out together. So the next time you see Hull and Clark light up the scoreboard or pull off a jaw-dropping play, remember that their chemistry wasn't built solely in practice. It was forged through inside jokes, spontaneous adventures, and yes, even a few awkward moments that turned into laughter. But don't be fooled by the fun. At the end of the day, it's all about what happens between those lines. And boy, are Hull and Clark making magic happen. Let's talk numbers because these two aren't just entertaining. They're rewriting the record books. First up, Caitlin Clark, the rookie who's taking the league by storm. Against the Los Angeles Sparks, she notched her second triple-double of the season. 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. That's not just impressive, it's historic. Clark set a WNBA rookie record for the first, second, and yes, the only triple-doubles by a rookie in a single season. Talk about arriving with a bang. But Clark isn't the only one making headlines. Lexie Hull is having a moment of her own. Remember Tamika Catchings, the Indiana Fever legend? Hull just joined her in the record books by becoming the first WNBA player since Catchings to post a stat line of 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 of 6 shooting from three-point range in a single game. That's some pretty elite company. And Hull didn't stop there. Against the Seattle Storm, she went off for a career-high 22 points, shooting a scorching 8 of 10 from the field and an even crazier 6 of 7 from beyond the arc. When Hull's on fire, good luck stopping her. She's like a cheat code come to life. Now, you might think all this individual success could lead to a little jealousy, right? Wrong. After Clark's record-breaking triple-double, Hull was one of the first to cheer her on. That's the kind of teammate energy that can take a team from good to great. Since the Olympic break, Hull's been nothing short of unstoppable, hitting 17 of her last 24 three-point attempts. That's video game level accuracy. But it's not just about the buckets. When Hull's on the floor, the team allows 3.5 fewer points per 100 possessions. That might not seem like much, but in the razor-thin margins of professional basketball, it can be the difference between a win and a loss. Remember that nail-biter against the Sparks where the Fever almost lost? Hull stepped up and grabbed the crucial rebound that sealed the win. She's taken her game to another level, handling tough defensive assignments and doing all the little things that often go unnoticed in the box score. Hull is out there doing the dirty work while still putting up insane numbers. And that's what makes this duo so special. Hull and Clark, they're more than teammates. They're the dynamic duo you didn't know you needed. And they're just getting started. What's behind this sudden rise in performance? One word: confidence. And where's that confidence coming from? Caitlin Clark, of course. Her playmaking skills are opening up golden opportunities for Lexie Hull, who's making the most of every one of them. It's like they've stumbled on some secret cheat code that's boosting both their games. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about their individual talent. These two are feeding off each other like a perfect basketball symbiosis, creating a never-ending cycle of success. Clark's passes are finding Hull in her sweet spots, and Hull's shooting is padding Clark's assist stats. It's a win-win that's putting the whole Fever team on a roll. And let's not forget, they're still in their first season together. Just imagine what they'll be capable of as they get more time on the court together. Their potential is through the roof, and they're only getting started. Usually, rookie standouts don't automatically translate to team success, but somehow the Fever have gone from struggling to suddenly surging. What's behind this rapid transformation? A dynamic duo and a basketball partnership that's rocking the league. Hull and Clark aren't just racking up individual stats. They're revitalizing the entire Indiana Fever squad. It's like watching a basketball chemistry experiment in action. Hull's defensive hustle and grit perfectly balance out Clark's slick playmaking, creating a 1-2 punch that's making life miserable for their opponents. Hull has become a defensive nightmare, diving for loose balls, pulling down key rebounds, and making it tough for scorers to get easy looks. Meanwhile, Clark's ability to see the floor and create plays is giving everyone on the team more chances to score, and Hull's shooting has only gotten hotter since they teamed up. But it's not just their skills that are clicking. They've developed this almost psychic connection on the court. It's like Hull knows where the ball is headed before Clark even throws it, and Clark seems to have Hull's shooting spots memorized, leading to a flood of open threes. Since joining the starting lineup, Hull has been on fire, draining 17 out of her last 24 three-point attempts. That's not just good, it's scorching. And it's no coincidence this hot streak started as Clark has been finding her groove in the WNBA. Head coach Christy Sides is loving what this duo brings to the table, especially Hull's relentless effort, which might not always show up in the stats, but is essential for winning basketball. The best part? Their partnership is making the entire team better. Kelsey Mitchell is getting more open shots, and Aliyah Boston is dominating the paint thanks to better spacing. The Fever suddenly have a core four that's looking like a legit playoff team. And here's the fun part. Hull and Clark aren't just pushing each other on the court, they're competitive off it too. Take that charity golf event they played in. You'd think after a long season, they'd want to take it easy, right? Wrong. These two turned a casual game of golf into a full-on contest, each trying to one-up the other's swing. That's the kind of competitive spirit that turns good players into great ones. They probably even argue over who makes the best mac and cheese. This unexpected pairing isn't just changing their careers. It's potentially altering the future of the entire Fever franchise. A team that had been struggling for years is now in playoff contention, playing with a level of swagger and confidence that we haven't seen in a long time. So, how do you turn a struggling team into playoff contenders? The Fever might have found the answer. Pair a flashy playmaker with a gritty defender, mix in some off-court chemistry, and watch the magic happen. Hull and Clark are proving that sometimes the whole is much greater than the sum of its parts. And at the heart of all this success, friendship. Hull and Clark went from strangers to becoming an unstoppable duo. And it's not just about what happens on the court. Their bond off the court is the secret sauce that's taking their games to new heights. These two are breaking records, pushing each other to be better and having a blast while doing it. It's not only great for them, it's revolutionizing the entire Fever team. Could this be the new formula for WNBA success? A dash of friendship, a whole lot of talent, and boom, you've got a playoff contender. That's a wrap on how Lexie Hull and Caitlin Clark are making WNBA history and turning the Indiana Fever into serious playoff contenders. From record-breaking performances to off-court chemistry, this duo is rewriting the game in ways we didn't see coming. They're not just teammates, they're best buds taking the league by storm. And their friendship might just be the secret ingredient fueling all this magic. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think about this rising duo? Could Hull and Clark be the future of the WNBA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We can't wait to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more updates, highlights, and stories about all your WNBA favorites. You won't want to miss